What is up, everybody? Happy E3 2021. This is the end of E3, my coverage here. Thank you, everybody, for joining me this year. Another E3 in the books. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching the E3 coverage on this playlist. Thank you for going through all the recaps and highlights through the week. It's been an exciting time. And it was nice finally getting back to E3 coverage, as I've been covering E3 for years on here. This is the ending ceremonies, I call it. This is the E3 Murray NJ08 Gaming Awards. We have a third finalist here. We have a third segment that we are adding to the award show. So we are going to be doing Game of Show, Best Game Shown, Who Won E3, that's going to be the big one. And a new one, surprise presentation. So let's get right into it. Welcome, everybody. This is the end of E3. This is the closing ceremonies known as the Murray NJ08 E3 Awards. Who won is the big question. You're going to find out as I watched all the press conferences. We recapped a lot of them. I tweeted live as they were happening. I reported all of them. And I took a lot of the fluff ones out. I took a lot of the ones that were so bad or just were so minor. I got it down to 6, okay? I'm going to tell you what 6 are included. All right? So I took the big ones like Nintendo, of course. I took the big ones like Microsoft, Bethesda, Square Enix. I kept Ubisoft. And I thought that those were the big 4 right there. Because Microsoft, Bethesda's together. And then I included Gearbox and Capcom. Okay, I included them. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yes, Gearbox and Capcom. There were some other ones, but I didn't even cover them. There was some good PC shows for the PC people. I watched them. They did some good stuff. But this is what I basically really reported on, and that this is what I'm going to include in the ranking roundup for E3, okay? And I thought that this is the biggest for you. You know, there was no Sony this year. So ones that I would usually leave out, I added in to make up for it, so we had some content. Because overall, it was a pretty, short E3 if you think about it, because it's not like the traditional E3s back when people had stage shows, right? Hopefully, we're going to get back to that next year. Let's get right into it. Coming in, as I like to call the Stink Award. Number 6, Capcom. Absolutely atrocious show. What was really the reason? You could have sent that out in an email, right? Number 5, Gearbox. Not that far behind them. And coming in at number 4, Square Enix. They tried, but the pacing was just not that great. There was a lot that they could have did. I talked about this in the Square Enix recap. It could have been a great show. Again, it's not that the games and talent isn't good, but I thought the show could have been a lot better. Number 3, Ubisoft. Now you're saying, wow, Sean, they came in at number 3. That's because all the other ones sucked. It was all right. It was an average. It was an average show. They could have did better. Again, pacing problem. They added a lot of baloney that they shouldn't have had at an E3 show, E3 showcase. They could have took all that crap out. They could have made some of the games paced better. But overall, it was average. It was an average Ubisoft show. It wasn't the most terriblest. It wasn't bottom of the list. And coming in at number 2, the big N, Nintendo. Almost taking the number 1 spot. And who won E3? The number 1 spot has to go to Microsoft. This year, it's Microsoft / Bethesda because they're together now. Microsoft, you hit it out of the park again. to say that Microsoft didn't win E3 is silly. Their pacing was excellent. Their game announcements were excellent. Their surprises were excellent. Nintendo also, but Microsoft, I think, did a lot better. I really did. I watched and sat both. I actually watched and sat both twice again last night in 4K. I watched the trailers from the Nintendo Direct. I watched the Treehouse. I watched Microsoft's again. I watched the developer the interviews. I took the trailers from Bethesda and Microsoft, and I got to tell you, Microsoft won E3. I'm real talk. So, another E3 for Microsoft. Hats off to Phil Spencer, Aaron Greenberg, Pete Hines, Todd Howard. They all did an amazing, amazing job with this presentation. It was out of the park, pure awesomeness. And game of show has to go to Forza Horizon 5. I thought that game was absolutely stunning looking. I don't think I've ever seen visuals like that in my life. I was watching the video of them driving in Mexico, and it just looked... I couldn't tell if it was a game or not. I thought they were showing video footage of Mexico. It was the game. And then they were going through like a cutscene, but it wasn't a cutscene because it went right into the car, into the gameplay. I couldn't tell. The graphic... This is like the true Series X showcase when it comes out. You want to talk about next gen? If you think Forza Horizon 4 is beautiful, which is gorgeous, I mean gorgeous what they did to that on the Series X. Horizon 5 is built from the ground up for next gen, and I had to give it to Game of Show. And the new category on my award show is surprise, a press conference, presentation, and television. Amico, my good friend Tommy Tellerico. What a show. What a presentation. What a great introduction to the Amico if you haven't heard about this console. And if you have, what great reveals, what great in-depth overview. What a great presentation for E3 for the audience. Tommy Tellerico's Intellivision Amico. That is my game awards for E3 2021. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage. Hope you had a great time watching the show. Comment below. What do you think? Who do you think won E3? Take care, and I hope to see you on the next E3 and future Merry NJ08 videos. Be safe, everyone. Be well, and take care.